just because. I'm struggling to create. I have plenty of ideas and no flow. I've got trigger-happy delete finger syndrome, and I have spent way too much time mesmerised by the flashing cursor on my screen. I'm haunted. I'm haunted by a quote swirling in my mind. If poetry comes not as naturally as the leaves to a tree, it had better not come at all. This John Keats quote comes from a letter in which later he writes, "Oh, for a muse of fire to ascend." I think I know how he felt. I wish for that too. The challenge and paradox as I see it is this. Sometimes it's not the right time, thing or direction, and sometimes you just have to push or muddle on through. What to do? John Keats echoes inside me. It's time to stop. Or are those just my fears eating away at my creativity? Fear that what I do is not good enough. Not good enough is a reoccurring theme that often crops up in my life, my head, and tries to grind me to a halt. Unfortunately, I think too many of us can feel that way and sabotage ourselves. How about you? Writing that last paragraph reminded me of another summer when a lovely friend, Kim, popped in for tea to celebrate her birthday. I gave her a necklace with a glorious daisy on it. Daisies, I explained, are my favourite flower because of a poem I was given called "I'd Pick More Daisies." I was told that it was written by a woman in her 80s reflecting back on life and what she would do differently if she could do it all again. The poem is at the end of this thought seed. I read the poem to Kim and we chatted about doing things just for fun because that's what our heart wants, for play. Kim sadly shared that she rarely did that. It was then that I was struck by the idea that we could paint together for fun. Kim really struggled with this idea. She said, "I'm not good at art. I was told at school I'm no good, so I stopped." She went on to share that there are many things that she doesn't do or keep doing because she believes she is not good enough. I convinced Kim to give it a go, and we created abstract paintings of how we feel and how we want to feel. Kim really got into the process, mixing colours, playing with ideas and humming to music. And at the end she shared the meaning of what she had painted. Tears streamed down her face and mine. It was a beautiful and powerful moment. A couple of days later, we caught up for a quick chat. Kim had brought a book and spent a few hours colouring in her garden. She shared how playing with paint had unlocked something within her, and she felt brighter, lighter, and more relaxed. She was enjoying doing a new thing that had no purpose beyond having fun. Amazing. What is also amazing to me is this story. My muse, she returned. Words flowed onto the page like leaves to trees, and like Kim, I do feel lighter and brighter. So now I'm whispering to you and myself, just do it. Face your fears and insecurities and do it anyway, just because. And suddenly, as I was typing "just because," another quote flowed into my mind. Do it tremblingly if you must, but do it. Thanks, Emmett Fox, for that one. I will do my best to remember that the next time I do battle with not good enough. I hope you do too, and come out the other side feeling brighter and lighter. Footnote. Over the years I've seen various versions of this poem. This is the version I was given in my early 20s and has been a guiding light ever since. I'd pick more daisies. If I had my life to live over, I'd make more mistakes next time. I would relax, I would limber up, I would be sillier than I have been this trip. I know of very few things I would take seriously. I would laugh more and cry less. I would be crazier. I would worry less about what others thought of me and would accept myself as I am. I would climb more mountains, swim more rivers, and watch more sunsets. I would eat more ice cream and less beans. I would watch less TV and have more picnics. I would have only actual troubles and very few imaginary ones. I would feel only sad, not depressed. I would be concerned, not anxious. I would be annoyed, not angry. I would regret my mistakes, but not feel guilty about them. I would tell more people that I like them. I would touch my friends. I would forgive others for being human and would hold no grudges. I would play with more children and would listen to more old people. I would go after what I wanted without believing I needed it, and I wouldn't place such value on money. You see, I am one of those people who lives cautiously, sensibly and sanely, hour after hour, day after day. Oh, I have had my moments, and if I had to do it over again, I'd have more of them. In fact, I'd have nothing else, just moments, one after another, instead of living so many years ahead of each day. I have been one of those people who never go anywhere without a thermometer, a hot water bottle, a gargle, a raincoat, and a parachute. If I had it to do over again, I would go places, do things, and travel lighter than I have. I would plant more seeds and make the world more beautiful. I would express my feelings of love without fear. If I had my life over, I would start barefooted earlier in the spring and stay that way later in the autumn. I would play hooky more. I would ride on more merry-go-arounds. I'd pick more daisies, and I would smile, because I would be living free.